talk about Wendy again because like that brings me back to my question with her. But like, right, it's so micro, the people that are looking into a phone or a computer, and then you take the subcategory of that of like it's not on the TV. This is now other than the real hardcore audience of whatever the broad listener does not even know what we're talking about because it didn't happen on Real Housewives of Miami last week. So this is now a subplot to a subplot to a feud that 90% of the people listening are actually lost.
And you're giving away all of the good content for free at that point. So it's like, if I really have something I need to say, I'll put it on my paid show, or at least watch it. I'll at least put an ad in front of it. There was I can't remember what it was. I had to audition for something, and I was so annoyed, but they wanted me to send in a YouTube link, and I put ads on the YouTube. And I was like, I'm gonna make 3 cents for you having to watch this right now.
You're like, just make it. Well, no, that's what crossed my mind of like this Wendy Osefo. I'd heard, like, I wonder if I mean, this is sick. This is such a sick thing to think, but I wonder if she's somewhat, not 90%, but a part of her is happy. Look, there are huge housewives. Teresa Giudice is a huge housewife. Kyle Richards is a huge housewife. In the housewife world, Nene Leakes and Bethany Frankel, not all these people are on the show anymore. Wendy Osefo, whether she was your favorite, least favorite, whatever, is not an A-list housewife. She's not that huge name, Nene Leakes, Candy Burris, Countess Luann. So I wonder if that you are now in this is just starting. I mean, are you somewhat happy? You're not happy about all the stuff and the jail.
I think the attention getting fed doesn't care in what direction. Like if you're the star of the show, if the cameras are following you into court, there has to be something that feeds that ego there. But that's all like to what cost? You're not going to be getting the ego fed if you're going to be locked away. But yeah, I mean, it's that's there's a lot of psychologists that make a good living online analyzing this stuff because we get to watch it all play out, and these aren't normal people. I think that's what we have to remember is they're not normal people. They're people that are existing in a reality that is rewarding. And I made this claim about what's his face from Vanderpump, Tom Sandoval. I was like, look, you gave this guy 10 years like of rewarding the worst versions of himself. And yeah, he was a douche and a bad guy and cheated just like most of them done the show. But like, everyone rewarded this for 10 years. Like his reality is so distorted from what it must have been when he was like a caterer that, and you see this with celebrities that aren't in reality TV that just get years and years of assistants telling them the wrong thing. And, you just lose all objective reality of being a normal human whose shit doesn't stink. Or whose shit does stink, I should say.
Well, that's what it is. That's why I think part of her might be happy. There is a tension. She's made statements through her reps, which I mean, okay, I guess you have to make a statement. I don't know if that, but just that she's home and with the family and they're looking forward to their day in court. I see what you're saying. Like, right, you're not happy because at what cost? But the thing is, like, you take this Jen Shah, she's in jail, she scammed elderly people. She said, throughout the whole thing, I am not guilty. She said it to everyone who would listen. I'm not guilty. And then she pled guilty after a year. So it is when it just happens. Wendy could be in the like, oh my God, like I'm on. She is literally the story in
So
Bravo
she's still
now.
pleading innocence here.
Oh, so far, well, so far, yes.
I mean, if you do have cleaning people and assistants in and out of your home, but like if you have ring cam footage, someone's got to be a suspect. But like you said, if she's caught wearing the jewelry, it's like at some point the prosecutors lay so many charges on you that whatever plea deal they offer you looks really good. And if you haven't committed any crimes, you might not go to prison, and you just have to, you know what I mean? So it's like it seems a lot cheaper if they got you pegged to not fight it and just take whatever deal they give you and hope because a prosecutor, they don't want to go to trial. They don't want to waste all their
No.
time. If they can get you on something where you admit guilt and they can get some payback and monitor you, it's like good. They're happy. It's their batting average, is good.
Well, again, there are people that are like, innocent till proven guilty. Okay, fine. But to your point, you have cleaning people in and out of your house. But the thing is, A, there are items returned which you claimed on your insurance. B, there are three different insurance companies, and you said to each of them, I am not putting a claim in. It's like, I agree with you. It's like, there's so many different charges here.
Do
It's
they
like,
think so? I mean, knowing nothing about the case, if she doesn't have any priors, she probably doesn't do jail time. If she admits to it, it'll be a lot of money she owes back. But it's like, what's the alternative? Is like you're not gonna, yeah. If like if there's this digital foot stamp of returning, and does she play dumb and go, oh, I didn't realize I returned that? Like, it's and
maybe.
these people, but these are the types that when people don't take a plea deal, it is like the ego. When they're like this case that I'm involved in, she's not going to take a plea deal. She's going to go to jail.
Never. You don't think ever.
I mean, well, like take Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni. Now there's obviously no plea there because it's like it's different. But everyone said this will never go to trial, but they didn't factor in the Hollywood ego. And the fact that if Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni were, I don't know, working at a UPS where their image wasn't relied upon, maybe it would settle out of court. Oh, let's not waste any more money. I'll admit this, whatever. But it's like Justin Baldoni has to go to trial because he'll never work again unless he proves his innocence. Because your innocence there, your morality is attached to whether or not you get hired again in those circumstances. And with that case, I'm on the side of Blake Lively's provided no credible evidence that she was harassed the way that she claimed. So she essentially canceled this man, commandeered the control of the film, and then in hindsight there's just been no evidence to prove any of her claims, and she's watered a lot of them down, and it's all going to trial only because Baldoni has $1 billion backer who's willing to finance how expensive it is. So yeah, you see, the ego is a factor that has to be played into whether or not someone takes a plea deal. But at some point, if you're her and they're like, look, you got to admit guilt, you won't do jail time, you're going to owe all your money back in 1,000 hours community service. Like, take the plea deal. What are you talking? If you did it, like if there's this evidence that's like not going to look good, if you didn't kill somebody, maintain your innocence. If you are innocent, maintain your innocence. But in
Mhm.
most of these cases, it seems like they got them dead to rights. So just take whatever offer they're giving you, and don't waste the next 4 years of your life dealing with it. If they've got the receipts.
And do you care if you're not going to jail? What is your Bravo loss? I still think it comes back to everything for the show. Now, there's a new Bravo show called Wife Swap. It is literally Wife Swap, but with four different housewives. They swap with civilians. She's on the first episode. That episode has been canceled. It's already filmed. I imagine the check has already cleared. I imagine you don't even have to give the check back. Bravo can't, there's instead of however many episodes, I think maybe there's 4 episodes, one with each housewife. Her episode was the first one. It's canceled. It's not canceled because you can't be a housewife anymore. It's canceled because we have a new show. This just happened, and you are the premiere episode. Kind of strange to have that as the premiere episode of you and your husband, wife swap. So that episode's canceled. So we'll watch the other ones. But everyone's like, look at her ramifications. I'm like, if you get no jail time and you get a plea deal, and okay, I think you're already paid for wife swap. You keep your Bravo job. They're going to invite you back another season, probably. Do you even care? There's no Bravo loss. You got your
Yeah,
show.
and if you plead guilty, then you can talk about it you can make a
Uh-huh.
podcast of why I did this. Why, I don't know. There's a lot of avenues where I think audiences actually are way more generous with redemption arcs.
Hmm.
Take Tom Sandoval. I know there's going to be people that always hate him. I'm interested in someone like figuring out how they come back from being the most hated person in the world. That's interesting to me. I understand why people wouldn't want to support him, and it's like everyone can vote with their attention, right? Your attention is your money you give to these people. So if you don't like them, don't support them. But I'm all for like that free market working itself out. And it's like you get out of jail, even Laura Owens, this lady who faked all these pregnancies. I've always said that the most interesting thing she could ever do is start a podcast to explain why she did it all. Now, she owes $250,000 in legal fees to the guy that she'll never pay. So any money she does make isn't going to be going to her. But in most cases, it's like, yeah, use what you have. Your interesting story might be you flying too close to the sun.
And Tom Sandoval, I mean, he's on Villains now, but he has redeemed himself. Lots of people still hate him, but no, lots of he was on America's Just Got Talent and he tried, and Simon eventually said, nah, but he was endearing. Listen, I also never hated him the way everyone else hates him, but he's redeemed in a lot of ways. Erica Jane, she was hated. Her husband did this. Did she know that he was, whatever? She's redeemed. Lots of people still hate Erica. Lots of people still hate Tom, but lots of people don't anymore. So, to be honest with you, a lot of people hate Ariana now. I mean, not everyone. Lots of people think she's a queen. A lot of people are like, you got
because of
cheated on.
the money she made out of it.
I
Yeah, and
mean,
it's like, and
the
that's
host
the,
of Love Island, I mean, the
I mean,
most
that's the
streamed.
exchange. Like if you put it on paper, like, look, you're gonna get cheated on, but you're gonna make a hell of a lot of money. But people are gonna hate you because you made so much money. Like you take the money. So like
Yes.
I'm all about that. I'm all about like you take, that's a deal with the devil. But like who wouldn't? And obviously the cast was all upset because everyone on that cast has been cheated on. But she's the one who it happened during a crazy time, and the way it came out, everything about it was a perfect storm. And like she won the lottery. So she dealt with it and she made the most of it. Like no hate there, you know?
And now, so at BravoCon, she has her own panel, which Lisa Vanderpump. I mean, to get your own panel at Bravo, it's all about Ariana, just her and a moderator,
She was
which
doing like a hefty commercial, taking out the trash. I mean, it was like I was loving watching. She had financial commercials. She just,
everything.
and then in the audience, these companies, they knew like get Ariana. She is hot, and the kids.
Dancing with the Stars.
Oh, and she was great on it. So, and she was Broadway and good. I mean,
I think the host of Love Island is like the cherry on the cake. Like that is a job which is not going away anytime soon. I mean, that show is a huge.
yeah, yeah. And it's like that story killed that whole cast on the show. It was like such a the show couldn't follow that story, and now they'll try to replicate it with a new cast, and it's like, I mean, I give Bravo credit for they pulled the plug on it. That's a big move to go. You know what? We could have milked this story 4 more years. We could have done the fighting and it kept on going. They're like, we need to get fresh people. Like we've literally mined this mine has no more rare mineral left in it. It's done. And they're moving on.
They're moving on. I am cautiously optimistic about the new Vanderpump Rules. A lot of people are like, look, you're going to compare